Hello there, welcome to a new episode of An Ordinary Review with PJ. Today is a In Memoriam episode where I am going to reflect on the work of two actors who passed away recently. They had extensive body of work in entertaining us, and I am going to reflect on two of their movies that are my personal favorites and I have enjoyed them immensely. So here's in remembrance of Val Kilmer from Hollywood and Manoj Kumar from Indian film industry, Bollywood. First up, let's start with Manoj Kumar, also known as Bharat Kumar. He was immensely popular in making patriotic movies that aroused the sense of patriotism in the viewers who went to see these movies. His work included blockbusters like Kranti, Upkar, Roti Kapda Aur Makaan and Shaheed. At the same time, he also made some fun movies. There was a movie called Sanyasi, Dus Numbri, where you could see the fun side of him. Immensely popular actor from the 1960s to the 1980s, and a master storyteller who knew how to make blockbuster movies. Now, one of his movies that I enjoyed immensely was early part of his career in 1965, the movie called Gumnaam. It's one of perhaps the best suspense thrillers I've ever seen, coming from an Indian film industry. The movie had Manoj Kumar in the main role, supported by Nanda, Madan Puri, Pran, Helen and Mahmood. These are all very popular actors, stalwarts in the Indian film industry. The movie was based loosely on Agatha Christie's novel And Then There Were Left None. It's a story about how 7 people win a contest and are flown to a foreign destination. But along the way, the plane develops a snag and they are dropped at a remote island. But then that's just a ploy. They are actually left stranded on that remote island and now they have to survive. There they find an eerie mansion which is managed by a very spooky and eerie butler played by Mahmood. And surprising, Mahmood has all the details about each one of them who is staying in the mansion, which surprises them. Now, as they start living there, they get killed one by one. Manoj Kumar, who is actually a flight attendant, also is stranded on the island along with them. And his job is now to figure out who is the murderer and who is killing each one of them one by one and why. Terrific suspense thriller. In fact, the movie will grip you right from the beginning till the very end. And you will not see the suspense coming out. It'll take you by surprise when it gets revealed in the end. Superb performances, beautiful music. The song Gumnaam hai koi, badnaam hai koi was extremely popular. Now, I'm not a great singer, but just try to attempt singing this song. Mahmood will keep you roaring with laughter with his performance. Helen is beautiful. Pran, Madan Puri, they were stalwart actors. So I would recommend that if you like old movies and you want to see a true great suspense thriller, check out Gumnaam. It's available on YouTube. You can see it for free. More importantly, the movie is 1965. So please keep that in mind as you watch the movie. It is a little slow in its pace, but the suspense, like I said, is very gripping, and it is on this remote island, eerie, spooky, which are all the elements that will keep you engaged. So check out Gumnaam, one of Manoj Kumar's movies that I loved a lot. Next up is the Hollywood actor Val Kilmer. Most of you would remember him as the Iceman from Top Gun, and Tom Cruise really gave a fair tribute to him by including him in Top Gun Maverick in a beautiful cameo. Val Kilmer was suffering from throat cancer, which finally consumed him in the early part of this year as he passed away. He had some memorable movies to his credit. He played the character Jim Morrison in the movie Doors. He was a Batman, and he also starred in a movie called Heat, which had Al Pacino and Robert De Niro in main roles. And I would recommend, if you have not seen Heat, one of the best heist movies I've seen, particularly with Al Pacino and Robert De Niro in it. It's a movie that you cannot miss. So do check out Heat, and Val Kilmer has a very critical, important role in that, and he's performed superbly in that movie. Now, one of his movies that I loved personally, although it was not a greatly successful movie, not a classic by any means, but I somehow am fascinated by this movie. Mainly so because one, it is on wildlife terror. It's a movie that's based on a real incident that happened in East Africa, and it's about two man-eating lions who create havoc in the region of Savo in East Africa when the British is involved in constructing a railway bridge in that region. Val Kilmer plays Lieutenant Colonel John Henry Patterson, who had actually been deputed in East Africa to construct this bridge because he was an engineer. And while he is doing so, these two man-eating lions create terror. They kill many people there, they kill the laborers, and how he finally is able to neutralize them is what the movie is all about. Now, the movie is a fictionalized account. It is not true to the actual, not 100% true to the actual incident that happened, but still a fairly good one. The movie had Michael Douglas also in an important role, although in reality there is no character that Michael Douglas represents in the real story. But the movie had him play a hunter alongside Val Kilmer. The bodies of these two lions are actually there in the Chicago Natural History Museum, where these two lions were very peculiar. They had no mane, so they are not lioness, but they look like lioness, and they were deadly. They were man-eaters who hunted in a pair, which is again a very rare thing to happen. Now, if you truly want to know about this incident, I would also recommend for you to read this book. Now, this is the book that Lieutenant Colonel J.H. Patterson wrote about his memoir and what really truly happened in Savo when he tried to kill these lions. It's a fascinating read. If you like wildlife history, if you like wildlife terror, this is a unmissable book. It's a page turner that you will not be able to keep it down once you start reading it. Very much like the Jim Corbett books about man-eating tiger of Kumaon and the man-eating leopard of Rudraprayag, but this one is more terrifying because of the way these lions were attacking people in that region in Africa. So I would strongly recommend, do read this book and also check out the movie The Ghost in the Darkness. It's a fun movie. You will find it on rent at Amazon Prime. I'm sure you will love it if you have not seen it already. So In Memoriam, to Val Kilmer, check out The Ghost and the Darkness. So that's it, folks. That was an In Memoriam episode for two actors who had entertained us during their lifetime. May God bless their soul. We loved their work, and this was my tribute to them. Look forward to more interesting reviews in the coming weeks. As always, if you can't see my reviews on YouTube, you can always check them out as an audio podcast on Apple Podcast or Spotify. Till next time, take good care of yourselves, and bye-bye.